guys, it is Lisa here, or the Diamond Stitcher, as I go by on YouTube and Instagram. Hello, good morning or good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. If you are new to my channel, first off, welcome. I'm happy you found me. I hope you would consider subscribing and sticking around for all things diamond painting. And if you're coming back, thank you so much for your continued support. It is a Saturday afternoon. It's gloomy outside, it's wet, and it's cold, and I was working on my big diamond painting, and I don't know if you ever experienced this, but once you're working on something for a little while, sometimes after an hour or so, I want to switch it up. I have been craving kitting up another paint gem kit. Currently, I am paint gem kit free. I have a lot in my stash, but I haven't kit one up since my last finish. I did finish the autumn set during the fall months, September, October. I worked on that kit and got all of those done. There is a post review up on the channel. Should be in the post review section. I'll try to link it down below if you want to take a look at a post review from this company as well. I'm going to be unboxing this kit because the last few nights I have not. Usually what I do, we'll start there. Usually what I do is in the evening I pull out my paint gems. I usually do my big diamond paintings in the day, and then, I cook dinner. My husband's working, so I cook dinner and prepare everything. When he gets home, he takes a little while to settle in, eat dinner, walk the dog, etc. During that kind of time, I like pulling out my small paint gem kits. I've been working on my big ones during the day, and I don't want to bring it out again. I diamond paint on the couch, so it is quite a adventure. I don't know if that's the right word. Setting myself up. So once I've kind of deconstructed my big setup, then in the evening I like pulling out my paint gems. But because we're kind of in between events and Christmas and fall, or I should say fall and Christmas, I don't have one, and it's been bugging me. So I decided to take a break as I'm getting sore and film an unboxing here. Switch it up a little bit. So this is from Paint Gem. I do have an affiliate code with them to save you some money. I'm going to pop it up on screen. I don't want to mispronounce or, not say it right. I can't remember. I have a few different codes. I do have one for Paint Gem that I believe you can use on every order to save you a little bit of money. I may make a small commission. It is very small, and any of that does go right back in the channel, purchasing more kits and products, and also into my prizes for my diamond painting events. I do thank anyone who does use any of my codes at any time. I really appreciate it. It helps me keep bringing you content and also prizes for events. But let's get into this. So I love Paint Gem's branding. I say it every time I unbox a kit. It's very clean. White box. They always have this colored paper on the front, clearly labeled what it is, and then on the back they also list the designs that to expect in this box, and I already can see there are some really cute ones. We have 16 designs, so let's get into this. I've actually had this for quite a few weeks now, just sitting in my pile to film. I wanted to film it closer to December, just to kind of go along with this season. Once we open this up, I should say too, Paint Gem, they do offer free shipping to Canada now. I'm trying to remember, is there a threshold? Is it $50 or more, or is it free shipping regardless? I will pop that information up on screen because I know it has changed a few times, and I want to give you the best, most correct information possible. When I do buy my Paint Gem kits, I usually buy at least 2 kits. Sometimes there's a third one, but usually it's 2 kits. I kind of wait, or I ask somebody else if they want to go in on an order, or mom if she wants another Paint Gem kit, just to make the shipping a little, just to reach that shipping threshold. And then once it arrives, I've never had to pay duties or customs on a Paint Gem order, so just throwing that out there. We open it, we see this nice branded box, Relax Through Creativity. I feel like they've upgraded this. I feel like this is new. I can't remember. I'll have to take a look at one of my other kits to see. I feel like this is new, labeling the bag like that. I could be wrong. Who knows? You get this little basic toolkit in every Paint Gem box. This is a nice reusable bag, actually. It's a nice kind of canvas material. They sent a very basic white boat. Quite honestly, it's too small for me. We have a clear pen here with some sparkles. They put a single placer in it, and then they send these two multi-placers that you can pop in the other end here if you like to multi-place. A squishy also that you can, let's see if I can do this one. This one's not bad, look at that. So it just fits over like that, so it makes diamond painting more comfortable. These tweezers are just plastic. And then, of course, we get a heart container with wax. There's one plate of wax there. That's more than enough to do one paint gem kit with probably a lot left over. Now, remember, these little hearts do have a protective coating on it. Sometimes it can be hard to see and to get off. This side is a bit easier. So make sure you just pull that off before you try and load your pen. And sorry for cat hair. Again, I always forget to vacuum this corner of the bed when I go to film something, because I'm usually in the middle of something and I want to break, I want to stand up, I want to stretch. And then I'll usually film in the afternoon before the lighting gets too dark. And all morning the cat's been sitting in this corner of the bed, so there's inevitably cat hair everywhere, but that's okay. Here is their little sticker sheet. I do like their sticker sheet. I wish that it had the serial number as well. Now, if I remember, as you can see, these are not in any sort of order that is apparent, but I do believe it is in order of 1 to how many ever are here, because on these little baggies, they do number them. So it looks like it goes up to number 46. So there is a serial number on these little baggies, but it's not on here. But if you were to calculate, like you can see, 46 is 310. Here's our last one, 46 is 310. So it does correspond with that. And I've gone through them before with another kit to see, and it basically is 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down, and then it goes like this. So I do wish they had the serial number. I do go through, I usually find my diamonds based on serial number. When I'm diamond painting, I find my symbol. I see what serial number it is, because I usually put these baggies in order from number 1 to 46, or however many baggies there are. With my paint gems, what I've actually been doing is I've been switching it up and actually putting them in alphabetical order. After the alphabet, then I do the numbers, and then after the numbers, I do the symbols at the end, just to provide an easy way for me to locate kind of where my diamonds are in my little container system that I have. If I do use my round containers, I put these stickers right on top of it, and I will order it alphabetically, numerically, and then by symbol, just so that it makes diamond painting a little easier. You're not searching around forever for symbols. I did that last time and it worked out really well. Another tip, if you are using containers, pop some washi tape down before you pop the sticker on the lid. I did that last time, and they were super easy to pull off, and I didn't have any sticky residue. We get a couple extra stickers here too. These labels are cut and easily peelable, so you can stick it right on your container. If you're somebody who doesn't really care about the DMC number, you can just cut out to have the symbol on there. The only thing you would have to be aware of is if one of these baggies, if all of the diamonds don't fit in your containers and you cut this DMC number off, unless you draw the symbol on here, you might have trouble refilling your containers, if that makes any sense at all. Symbol-wise, let's look. Everything does look printed well in my experience. For the most part, symbol clarity is really good. The thing that I don't like is, like, for example, here, number D and C and D, they have a black symbol. If we take a look at the canvas, we're probably going to see that it's a little bit hard to decipher, especially if you don't use a light pad. Same with the O and the 6. I think that they could do a better job, especially look at these two over here. That's going to be hard to see. I'm going to need a light pad, and I'm going to probably need to squint, and an overhead light. So I keep forgetting to email Paint Gem recommending that. I highly doubt they look at these videos, but that is a recommendation. I would like to see more white symbols on these backgrounds, because the background color they use is quite saturated and quite deep in color, so that black just doesn't stand out, right? But you can see how easily the white does here for the Y and the number 2 and so on. I think it's a simple change that would improve the experience, really. What else? Let's take a look at these canvases before we look at the diamonds. Now, Paint Gems always come in square diamonds. I've never seen them do a round, and that's just because the nature of their kits. Likely because with small images, squares give a lot better detail. So for this image to come out rendered nicely, squares probably fit most of these little images the best. That's most likely one of the reasons. that they do squares. Also, then when you finish, because there is no like border on this image, so if you had rounds on top, you would see some of the background squares along the very edges when you finish the product. Whereas because there's squares, it covers the background completely. So if you were to frame it or hang it up somewhere, you just see the diamonds on top. You don't see anything underneath, which I think is good. Let me review this quickly for those who have never opened a paint gem. So I think the branding here is really nice. So in the middle, we have what's included, lets us know what to expect. And then on either side here are instructions for diamond painting. 8 steps there. At the very top, they have tips and tricks. And then at the bottom, they have a QR code that you can scan to open a chat with their team, I assume on their website. Is there anything in the back? Yes. If you scan this QR code, it will take you to their step-by-step video tutorial on how to diamond paint. I also have a bunch of beginner videos. If you check my tips and tricks playlist section of my YouTube channel, you will find them. I have a how to diamond paint for beginners. I have a video on multi-placing, also on how to work with squares and kind of get those straight, as well as a few other kind of beginner type videos. Let's look at these canvases. So down at the bottom, let's see. Yeah, they're counting down from backwards. We're starting at the bottom. So they are labeled down here. This is number 2216. So what's that referring to is, you can see here, this is the Christmas edition Mini 22. On this baggie too, it said Mini 22. So down here, that 22 corresponds with this Christmas kit. If you do happen to mix multiple kits together and you're having trouble sorting them out, you can look at that. All of these you can see have that 22 first, and then the canvas number is 16, 15, 14, and so on. This is a very cute image to start, a very cute elf. Look at the symbol clarity. It's really good. And actually, looking at this, these Ds, even though the background is red, the D is really coming out clearly. In the previous kits, I've had a lot of trouble with that. Let me actually grab one, because I do have one to show you. I keep forgetting about this kit. This is a kit that I started from Paint Jam that I started when I was in the hospital with one of my surgeries, and I had buried it on my little cart. Look at that. Isn't that so cute? I had buried it on my cart and forgotten about it, so it's not quite finished. Beautiful flowers there. The colors are just amazing. It was really fun to work on this in the hospital, and the nurses had a lot of fun watching me and wondering what the heck I was doing. Let's look at some, because I was having trouble with one of them. So here is one. You can kind of see here, like this dark blue in the 4s. That's blurry, even with a light pad. And where I'm standing now looking at it, I can't even tell what it is. I can tell through the camera that it's probably a 4. But then again, it almost looks like a 6. I actually think it's a mix of 4s and 6s, actually, to be honest. So that's what I was talking about. Sometimes, even up here, it's hard to see. These L's are not too bad, but with my eyes, not looking through the camera, they are harder to see. Here as well. Again, looking through the camera, it's a little bit more clear, but using just my eyes, the K's and the L's are a little bit hard to see there. This one is pretty clear. That's the only ones I have to show you. But I do know I did struggle with D's on, I think, the autumn canvas even. I think, was it in the autumn one? I think so. So this looks really clear. So I don't know if they have upgraded their printing a little bit. But all of these symbols in this little image are super clear in my opinion. That's going to be really cute. Then we have some mittens here again. I'm looking at all of the symbols, quickly glancing at everything. Nothing is going to trip me up. I don't even need a light pad. As long as I have an overhead light on, I don't think I need a light pad. This is a really cute birdhouse with a little bird there. The thing I like also about these paint gems is that they render them in a way that you can actually tell what the image is once you are finished. It's not so small that it's just a blob of color, because their whole branding, their whole, product is based on creating images to suit this style, to suit the mini style. So I did see this question asked in one of the Facebook groups, are Paint Gem kits licensed? Because they don't mention any artists anywhere, and that's a very good question. They are considered licensed. They are considered 100% above board. They have their own design team that designs these images, so that's why we don't see multiple artists listed for the different sets. It's because them as a company and as a team has a designer or designers likely that create these images. So that's why. But I can assure you Paint Jam is 100% above board. Some little ball ornaments there, some presents. These are going to be fun to work on. You can use your multi-placer in this one. You've got some color blocking. I have to say, you guys, I really love having a Paint Jam kit on the go. Oh, this one's going to be beautiful. I cannot have poinsettias because of our cat. If she eats it, they're poisonous. So I've never been able to have a poinsettia because she is one that will chew plant leaves. So especially the poisonous ones. I don't know why. You would think that their instincts would, you know, warn them that this is not a good plant to eat. But for some reason, she was attracted to poinsettias. So we can never have one, unfortunately. But I might do this one relatively soon, like put it to the top of the pile. I usually pick a few favorites, put them to the top of the pile so then I can finish them and put them up somewhere. I have a little shelf that I'll probably put one of these in a frame and then maybe a couple others for fun. I'm just kind of looking. I actually put my Christmas tree up. I did post on my social medias. I'm looking at it now and I'm wondering if I could make some of these into ornaments. I know you can buy diamond painting ornaments, but I just love the rendering of Paint Jam and the quality of their diamonds that I wonder if I could come up with some ornaments with these. I think that might be cool. Again, all the printing is clear. This little sock, very cute. We've got little reindeer with, looks like they put a little red spot on the tip of his nose, so that could be Rudolph. Got some bells. I'm loving all of these images. Usually with one of these kits, there's like 2 or 3 images that I leave for last that I'm not super fond of. But so far in this kit, I like them all. This one's going to be really fun. And you know what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to bling some of these up. Especially this one, maybe even this one because of the Christmas baubles. So I might use some of my crystals I have or ABs or fairy dust actually. I do have some fairy dust in squares. That's the one thing with Paint Jam. They do not have, as of yet, at least any special diamonds charted in. I would love to see them add that. I guess it's kind of hard for small images like this and you wouldn't need a lot of them, but I think it would enhance a painting. This is really cute, a nice snow globe. I could add some crystals in for those little light bulbs on the tree as well. Also in the snowy background, I could add fairy dust or ABs for the snow. And there we go, a Merry Christmas, with a holly. Very impressed with the printing in this set, actually. I don't think there's going to be any trouble. Awesome. Now let's look at the diamonds. I'm actually going to reposition myself here. Bear with me. Many of you know that I have a lot of health struggles with my, now I hope my lighting's not going to be too bad. I have a lot of health problems. And I've actually been, I had a procedure done, at time of filming this, I had a procedure done probably 3 weeks ago now that helped me, but it's now worn off. So I'm finding when I'm trying to shoot a video, I can't be standing more than 15 to 20 minutes. And then I start feeling like I'm going to pass out. So I've been really struggling filming and I haven't been filming as much. But I think, at least for this kind of video, what we're working with here is very small. I don't have to manipulate a huge canvas to show you guys that I can kind of just sit on the bed here and catch my breath and go through these diamond colors with you. Now, I don't want to create a huge mess because I do plan to kit this one up. However, because their numbering system here is all a jumbled mess, it really doesn't matter if it's in order. Anyways, but as I said, Paint Gems are all square diamonds. Their square diamonds are great quality. I've never had a problem. They do have some tabs in them, like any company. There's a little bit of trash, but I've never actually ran out of a diamond color. Not even close to running out. The most common issue I see with these guys are tabs on the squares, and if you work with square diamond paintings, you know that tabs are a square's nemesis because with them, they just do not sit nicely. Beautiful colors, can kind of see the quality there. Most of them are cut really nice and evenly. This is a really vibrant, yeah, you can really see that through the camera, very vibrant orange. We've got reds, lots of beautiful colors. Yeah, I've been feeling, actually, time of filming today is actually Veterans Day or Remembrance Day in Canada. It's November 11th. I don't know when I will post this video. Maybe in the next little while, because I do want to work on this. And I know that Jingle Drills is a diamond painting event that Emeralds and Fairy Lights hosts, also known as Lindsay. She hosts that event. It starts November 18th, and you can actually work on this Paint Gem Christmas kit for the grand prize entry. You just have to finish this whole pack, as it's going to be considered like the one diamond painting, if that makes sense. So if you want a smaller kit to do for her event, you can totally do this. To enter for her grand prize, you need to finish all of these by the end of her event. I do not know her end date. I cannot remember. I don't know if it's December 15th or the 20th. I know it ends before actual Christmas Day. You can join her event for weekly prizes, and also she will have some sort of grand prize. If you do join her event, don't forget you can hop over to my event, the Winter DP Along. It's going to start December 1st and go till the 31st, just to keep it simple. You do not need a new start for my event, so whatever canvas you start Lindsay's event with, you can join with mine. Just post your progress on whatever day I post. There will be a Google form, and there will be, you know, like a start post. So as long as you post whatever your progress is that day, that will be considered your start photo. I know a lot of people have questions about that, because some events do require new starts, others don't. So you really just got to look around and see what works for you. New starts are usually hard for me because I have difficulty timing things properly, and there's always like a gap of 2 weeks where I finish one diamond painting but I can't start another, and that drives me nuts. So I tend to look for events that don't require new starts. So that's why my events don't require new starts. I also want you guys to participate in as many events as possible in the community. That's also why I don't require a finish too, and all weekly prizes. My first event I hosted, I did have a grand prize. Well, a few grand prizes, but this past one, the fall diamond painting event, and the winter one too, I'm going to do the weekly prizes, and I've spread all of the prizes out throughout the week. So instead of saving certain things for the grand prize, I've just spread them all out throughout the weeks. That way everybody can win, more chances of winning that way. But yeah, these diamonds look awesome. Not a lot of trash. I'm not seeing much again. It's very minimal. There are probably a few tabs in every bag, but nothing crazy. I believe they are resin diamonds as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they are resin diamonds. Most shops do use resin these days. And they're cut very nicely. As I'll pull a couple of these over again, so you can see just the sparkle. If this is the first time you're seeing paint gems, they're super, super sparkly. That's with the natural light outside. Very sparkly. And their canvas material also has sparkle to it, if you can see that. You can get like probably a 3x5 frame, or even a 4x6. This whole thing is probably 4x6. And you could get a little frame and frame some of these if you have some favorites. I forgot that I was going to look for a book at the craft store to store some of these in, because some of these images, like look at that cute dragon, are so cute. I don't want to just toss these. I mean, oops, I missed 2 colors there. Look at that. We have 2 diamonds missing. I better fix that. I don't want to throw these out. I mean, especially these ones. These ones, when I look at these images, I remember my surgery I had, and the recovery period, and all the, I missed 2 there too. We'll blame that on the anesthetic, but there's memories in these images for sure, and I don't really want to toss them. So I was actually going to look for some kind of photo album or kind of scrapbook, something like that, that I could keep my favorite images of each set. Because I think I have most of their sets. No, there are some I don't have, like the food one. I just don't have any interest in doing that. But I do have quite a few of them, so it would be nice to create like some kind of scrapbook or photo album. Let me know if you do enjoy paint gems. What do you do with them when you're done? Do you hang some of them up, or put them in little frames, or tape them on the wall? Do you do them and toss them? Do you do them and just put them in a drawer? Or do you have like a book or something that you create? It would be cool too, I think, to match some washi tape with some of these images and create, like I said, a scrapbook. That would obviously be more involved than just popping them in some sleeves in a photo album, but would be fun for those who are super creative. let me know what you do with your kits, because I'm interested. I really don't want to toss them all out once I'm done. But I need a better storage than just putting them on top of the dresser and leaving them there until I remember to do something with them. So let me know down below. Also, let me know how you're doing. A little mental health check-in. I hope everybody's doing well. I know this time of year, it's kind of called, well, I guess it's past now, but the October slide. It's the time of the year where weather changes. We go from our sunny, warm weather to our cold, dark, wet days. And a lot of people are affected with seasonal depression, increased anxiety, increased chronic pain conditions, flare-ups and other health conditions. This time of year can be hard on a lot of people. So I hope you are taking care of yourself. Lots of self-care, lots of rest. And if you are struggling, remember you're never alone. You can leave a note in the comment down below. I still sit down and read every single comment every morning when I drink my coffee. If it's a bad morning, I might forget, but I will catch up the next day. And my inbox is always open. Also, if you haven't joined the Facebook group, Licensed DP Fans Canada, it's a great place. It's, for everything diamond painting, licensed diamond painting, I should say. But it's also a great support group. There have been people who post kind of like an SOS. I need to vent. I need some advice. I'm going through this really tough situation. Can you help me? And we have, tons of amazing women in that group to give advice and just to be somebody to listen. So if you're not part of that Facebook group, I encourage you to join, check it out, see if you like it. Stick around for a while. Most of my diamond painting events kind of are run on both Facebook and YouTube. More so on Facebook, because that's kind of where I started and where I feel comfortable. So there's also that benefit too. The Winter DP Along is the winter event I'm hosting. Starts December 1st, as I said earlier. No new start required. Has to be a licensed diamond painting. There's no size requirement. It can be something you've already started, or a new start. It's completely open. The big thing is it needs to be a licensed diamond painting. I do have a list of licensed shops pinned in the featured section. I always say that, but I keep forgetting to pin it there, I think. It's in the file section of the Facebook group. And I try and keep it updated, and I try and keep it updated to the best of my ability. Of course, there are so many shops popping up. It seems like every week there's a new diamond painting shop these days. So if you're not seeing a shop on there, you can always send me a message. There may be, some shops on there who offer both licensed and unlicensed art. And usually that means I don't include them on the list, just because licensing is so important for all of the artists that are in our community. Yeah, it's a touchy subject, but I try to err on the side of caution and show support with the artists in that regard. So that could also be why you're not seeing a shop up there. But if you ever have any questions, just let me know. This comes up a lot too. The Michael's Craft Store Make Market brand is considered licensed or above board. As far as we know, everything is kosher. So keep that in mind if you are on a tighter budget. There are options for everybody, and that's why I like that list. We have Canadian options, American options in the UK, Australia. There's options everywhere for wherever you may live, and also different budgets. If you're not sure where to look and you have a specific budget, also drop me a message, or one of my mods will be able to point you in the direction to look, so it's not so overwhelming. But there usually are options out there for everybody. You just have to know where to look. Anyway, enough jabbering on. I am tired. I want to go back and diamond paint. And I was going to kit this one up, but I think I'm going to just go take out my big diamond painting again and do that and finish kitting this up in the morning. Maybe I'll leave them in the baggies. I'm deciding if I want to put them in my containers or leave them in the baggies. Because these baggies don't stand up, so they're kind of flimsy, right? But I don't know. That will be tomorrow's problem, not today's problem. So don't forget to give this video a like before you head out as well. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, especially if you're still here. If you made it to the end, you'll probably like it here. That's what we always say. If you're one of my lurkers, I always forget to mention this. If you're one of my lurkers and you're always here, but you rarely comment, leave me some sort of emoji. I don't care what emoji it is. You pick. I don't want to mix these guys up. You pick what emoji it is, but just let me know you're there and you're listening. You know, there's a lot of you I always wonder about when I see you comment sporadically. I wonder if you're still around or how you're doing. So just give me a little emoji. Let me know you're still kicking. Otherwise, that's it for me. Until the next video, happy diamond painting, everyone. Bye.